Disclaimer. This video, like all videos featured on this channel, is definitely intended for mature audiences. This video is likely to contain profane language. Content is inappropriate for minors. Video is not for kids.
Welcome to the Dr. Greenthumb Show. Lord of mercy.
Welcome to the Dr. Greenthumb Show live on Twitch, Discord, YouTube, and the home site, www.brealtvcontest. What it do? It's Taco Tuesday, but we ain't got no tacos, but we won't talk about that. To my right, Mr. Goodlight, DJ C- in the building.
Happy Tuesday.
Yeah. And we got my man from way back in the day, the legendary Damizza up in here.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
So excited.
Word up, Damion
Talk about
Young.
Reverse role here.
Yes, it's reversed on you today, my friend. We got the Treehouse Crew, Bolton, Blombo, Bra Bra, and the Dominator. I can't hear you.
Yo, what up, B?
Right there.
How you
go.
doing?
I'm good. And we got the strong one, Steph Tone, in the building.
What up, everybody? Happy Tuesday, y'all.
Word up. And we got DJ FM
Big up, everybody. What up?
up in here.
Happy Tuesday.
Word up.
My taco.
That's what I'm saying. Where are the tacos?
Tacos.
I swear to God,
Busted.
got to tell you. Damizza,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Mizza, how you doing, man?
I am great, and congratulations. What, 33 years?
That's what they said today.
Wow.
33
Damn.
years. It is August. Yes, we did drop on what's today's date?
Today is the 13th.
Yes, August 13th. It's crazy. 33 years ago. It's like you gotta, it's like a kid that you make, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Like it's 33 years old.
But How I Could Just Kill a Man broke down so many doors in the music. I mean, it was such a hybrid, but also was a radio record, but killed MTV.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We were surprised that they ran it and gave us any run with that because I mean, the subject matter,
Yeah.
but more than anything, the chorus, because it was so different than anything else. Here is something you can't understand. How I Could Just Kill a Man. Who would have? I'd never thought.
It's in the title. Like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like it's a pretty aggressive chorus,
Yeah.
and I didn't think it would go over. But I'll say this, all love to Chuck D and the Bomb Squad because they put it in the movie Juice, and it was catching fire in the mix shows, as we know, right? The mix show DJs were like giving it love, but something when a song comes out, and we were talking about this the other day, when there's a pivotal scene in a movie and a certain song comes off, if it's the right song and the right fit with that scene, and it's the pivotal scene, it blows the song up.
Yeah, you never forget that shit.
Yeah.
And Juice definitely did that for us with Kill a Man in terms of hip hop, because a lot of hip hop heads went to watch that movie.
Yeah. Shockley brothers. God.
The Shockley brothers, yes.
Yeah, I still talk to Keith Shockley.
Yeah, I was coming across them every now and then when I was rocking with the Prophets of Rage, because Chuck and I were doing that group, so the Shockley brothers would now and then pop up, and it was just, I was in awe of being around them because, like, cats like me grew up to their shit. They were like one of the big inspirations to us. Their style of production, the whole deal. So when they embraced it and put it on for us, we were like, damn.
And they fucked with everybody.
Yeah, they did.
You know what I mean? Like Ice Cube's America's Most Wanted. Like
Crazy.
people think that, shout out Sir Jinx, but that combination, of like that West Coast sound, but on some Bomb Squad shit was just like, and like I was telling you before, I mean, How I Could Just Kill a Man, you couldn't regionalize that record. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, even though it's Muggs and, respect, it could go anywhere. And
Right.
seeing you guys on MTV on New Year's Eve, like Belle Biv DeVoe and Cypress Hill, you know, I mean, on that New Year's Eve.
You got a great memory,
You know what
goddammit.
no, I'm saying, but that's what I'm saying is those are the moments that changed my life.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, look, rap's about to change. And that was part of my like argument when I was doing alternative radio to say like, yo, this rap shit's gonna work. And they're like, no, rap will never. It's a fad. Blah 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 blah. It'll never make money in radio. And the stuff we heard for so long.
Oh man.
I mean, but
You
it
sure
was,
did.
but it was doing it. They
Yeah.
just weren't giving it the credit because, like, what Run DMC did to open the doors, and then the Beastie Boys and
Yeah.
and those guys, and I mean, it was happening. They were
What-
just trying to deny that it was happening.
What year was that when they were making that denial?
92, 93, 97.
that was
Meanwhile,
through-
hip hop
There were several times.
Wait, hold
but
up.
I'm
It
saying-
was from 1986 specifically all the way up.
Yeah.
But I'm saying hip hop's already been around a decade at that point.
Yes, I know that, but Run DMC was the first to have crossover success.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, the hip hop groups before that, they had success, but not the crossover.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Cypress Hill was the first to have reverse success.
Right.
To rock radio.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Different,
you guys
yeah.
did some other shit.
Yeah.
It's called the alley oop.
That you know, I think because a lot of people give us credit for, you know, the bringing the weed advocacy to the game and all that
Yeah.
stuff, and yeah, okay, we did that, sure, but the other thing is that we opened it up for underground hip hop groups because that's what
Yes.
we were up until.
Yes.
The style of our music was more underground and dusty.
But you know what? You've kept the integrity of that.
Yeah.
And
Well-
props for that, brother.
Well, thank you,
because
sir.
not just that, but like y'all are the Grateful Dead of touring for rap.
True
Like,
that.
Y'all can do whatever the fuck you want, any kind of venue. I remember y'all did like it was God, it was some rock fest or something right before you did Powerhouse for us.
Right.
And it was like, yo, where do you put Cypress Hill? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, even in a lineup like that, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, where?
It's hard to figure out where it fits.
Yeah.
That's
But
why
but
it's not
does.
though. It-
Plus, it's kind of hard to put on anyone after you guys.
No, but that's why I'm saying you guys can fit on any bill because you are unique to yourselves.
We're adaptable.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we've played every sort of type of event, arena, or genre of radio show or festival. We've been on mixed genre festivals.
Lollapalooza.
Yes,
Shit like that.
We've been on all metal festivals and
Yeah.
been the only hip hop there. We've been on dance or reggae festivals where we're the only hip hop there. So we've been able to snap in different places. Just I think because of the openness of what our music is.
Well,
You
and
know what I
that's
mean?
what's dope about Cypress Hill. Not to sit here and whatever, because I'm, but just because you're here. But I'm saying that Cypress Hill could cross any genre, and not only that, but the people have the passion for it, know it, and accept it. So if you're in front of a corn crowd, they still know I
Right.
want to get high.
Yeah, they know that shit.
So everybody knows a Cypress Hill song.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
At
mean?
least one.
You know what I mean? But for their own clica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I
That's
mean?
real shit.
What I think was awesome about the whole Cypress Hill sound is that it kind of redefined what the West Coast sound was, because West Coast didn't sound like that at that time.
Yeah, I think the West Coast sound at that time was very much whatever NWA was doing,
Right.
Compton's Most Wanted, and
But America's Most Wanted and How I Could Kill a Man, like just the sound of that song.
was slightly East Coastish.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was in the, you know what I mean? They bridged and they kind of cross-correlated to give birth to a new lane.
When
Yeah.
Cube got on those East Coast beats and showed the world that like a West Coast rapper could jump on this East Coast shit and sound amazing, that opened it up. I mean, because I always thought like, when MC8 does his collaboration things with Primo and when he's done stuff with Muggs, because Muggs doesn't have a West Coast sound, right? He has the Muggs sound, but it's very much East Coast influenced in the beginning, right? Whenever MC8 did something with one of those guys, incredible,
Yeah.
right? Different than what you hear him on West Coast joints. He still sounds incredible on the West Coast joints, but it's just another level, you know. And I always thought a lot of West Coast rappers should do more to jump on some East Coast style beats, and the reversal, because EPMD showed us the shit in the beginning, before anybody.
Shout out Eric Sermon.
We felt like the funk sound was ours out here in the West Coast. So when we're here, EPMD on some funk shit, we're like,
when they were like, ready, rock? I'm like, these no.
Oh, you got chills, more bounce.
It's all
Straight up.
A lot of their
that's
shit. And then Biggie, you know, he eventually does this, and everybody loves that shit. And so I've always felt like there should always be, like, you know, times where East Coast rappers should do West Coast style beats and West Coast rappers should do East Coast style, and just flip it up.
Well, the problem is they don't socialize really.
Right.
Especially during that
that era, yeah.
Yeah, it was like East, West, whatever. I mean, whether or not the label of that rivalry, there was always kind of like the New York cats don't mess with the West Coast, this kind of thing. And that was what was so important, and what C and I were doing at Power at the time, was trying to get everybody to work together. You know what I'm saying? And that was one of the biggest accomplishments that we had, is we got everybody to work together.
And just to let everybody know, was music director and program director at Power at the time, right?
Well, I was the music director, then I was the senior director of programming, so there was always a program director there because I was producing records.
Right.
So I could not be the final say.
Right.
But Power 106, and then Steve Smith, rest in peace, and Michael Newman had the consultancy, which I was lucky enough to be a part of. So we had Power, we had Hot, we had 32 stations in the middle, and then Ricky Lee, rest in peace, we had the DJ call.
Yeah.
So being on both of the calls, it really opened radio to DJ broken records, which made radio a palatable thing for the streets.
Yeah.
You know, playing Ain't No Fun and All About You was better ratings than playing Boyz II Men.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was the passion shit.
And you know, the thing is you never hear that, right?
Yeah.
No one would ever talk about that, how hip hop had changed the face of even radio at the time, where more hip hop was being played than R&B.
Yeah.
More people wanted to hear hip hop more than they wanted to hear R&B at the prospective stations that were.
And they couldn't believe it.
And they couldn't believe it. They were in denial of it.
Hell yeah.
Yes, they were.
But then they got these young fucking rebels.
That showed
the
them the
almighty
way.
roughneck.
That showed them the way.
Yo, I literally sat down with a program director in Miami at Hot 105 and said, yo, you guys play the same shit every day, all day. Let me do a 30-minute mix, and it's going to be all street music, underground shit. At the time was Cypress Hill, Leaders of the New School, you know, Public Enemy, all the underground shit. And that shit went from one night, 30 minutes, to 6 nights a week, dog. The only reason why they didn't give me Sundays is because they only play gospel on Sundays. But it goes to show you that the streets speak in volumes, yo. It's not the same music they program, but
when they're
love that shit.
When they're getting calls and saying we want more of that shit there, you cannot ignore that, because that's the streets, that's the pulse talking to you.
Oh yeah.
And I think, and you could tell me if I'm wrong, a lot of the stations now that, you know, are here in our city have lost the pulse.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, when you go from number, you know, in the top 5 to drop to below 40, that's not good.
When you go for number 1 and now you're tied for the last English-speaking radio station in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
It's cold as ice. I mean,
you lost
that's
the touch.
real. You've lost the pulse.
Yeah.
You know, I think there's a disconnect in who they're trying to push the platform to, and where those people are at actually listening to music, right?
Yeah.
And we talk about it here a lot. They're pumping music to a generation that is not listening to them because they're listening to the playlist, uncensored shit, and they're not even interested in radio. And the people that would actually listen, they're uninterested because they're playing shit that they don't want to hear.
Yo, but do you know what the biggest genre in the world is right now?
I would say reggaeton
No, for us. I'm just saying domestically in
America.
the United States.
It's either country or Latino music or something, right?
90s, late 90s, early 2000s
really?
hip-hop.
That's why some of the throwback stations are doing so well right now.
And that's why the catalogs are getting 50 times multiple.
That's why you have Rhymefest LA coming up.
Exactly.
Like that plug right there.
Great segue, sir.
Perfect. You're from radio.
Take away muscle.
It's the top 40 bottom 20. That's
but
what you call a segue.
But that's why, listen, that's why those sort of stations are winning right now, because people want to hear that shit. And when you're just, pushing that catalog off to the side, like, it doesn't mean anything anymore.
That's what the kids are sampling too.
Yeah.
The RJ Lefty Gunplay record, you hear that?
Hey, to your point, right? As we've done shows in the recent, right? As Cypress Hill, our 33rd anniversary, whatever. We've been doing a lot of shows just, because that's what we do, right?
Yeah.
And as we go and do these shows, whether it's festival or our own shows or something in the middle like a radio show, we're seeing more young fans.
Yeah.
There's people our age there and slightly younger, but more young fans. And what's happening, and another thing we've spoken about, is that these kids are going to these old school playlists, the gold school, if you will, and learning about these artists in that time and what made them great, and learning the songs. And they're coming to the shows, buying the tickets to hear and see those songs and getting won over. And, so...
You got to go back to the psychology of it, bro.
Yeah.
Why did we know Led Zeppelin and Michael Jackson? Because that's what our parents were listening to.
They put us on.
You know what I'm saying? So now this generation of young cat, not only are they so dope that they're bringing back the 2001s and all of that stuff that we were a part of, but they're sampling it and they're talking about it, and it's coming back.
With different layers.
I mean, Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre doing the Super Bowl. That's when I said, okay, cool.
Right?
The doors are opening. Then
And the
Snoopy doing the Olympics.
And the Olympics
And
closing
they
ceremony.
closed it with Dre and Snoop.
That was
and
was
the Chili
really good.
Peppers. Shout out Chili Peppers. But that's why we know all of that. But that's what these kids, and not just that, but Michelle S., who you know very well.
Salute to Michelle S.
Is a professor at Syracuse and teaches radio and the music business.
Yes, she should. One of the best.
I had to go against her with you. Remember?
Sorry.
I had my core artist. See, you can help me with this.
I was, yes, absolutely.
Cypress Hill being a core artist for Power 106, and this fucking guy's on the beat.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there.
tried to go over
I know. So Michelle Mercer, my first first meeting was over Be Real, because Insane in the Brain came out. I think it was Insane in the Brain. Came out. And she said, we're not playing that fucking record. Be Real's on our competition. And I'm like, so you're going to sacrifice our core audience because you have a personal vendetta with the station across the street? And you're going to put our core artist in the middle of it? Are you ready to sever that relationship?
Wow.
So I called B through Bigger B, rest in peace.
Yes, indeed.
Bigger B got Be Real to come in, and I had Michelle Mercer and Be Real having a discussion about this, and he agreed to come on Power and not only do basically a shift that he was doing on the beat, but world premiere the song with us.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
And it fixed the
I
relationship.
think it was Greenthumb.
It was Greenthumb.
Oh, no, it was Greenthumb.
Yeah.
And you know what? And much love for that, because, like, that was one of the reasons we left the beat.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? Because
we got into it with K-Rock over you, too, by the way.
yeah, I know that. I heard about that.
Glad you're happy about it.
Hey, well,
I just realized how long I know you, and we've never sat down and actually had a conversation.
Yeah, no, it's crazy, right?
It's like 30 years, bro.
With Greenthumb, you guys were supporting that record more than the station that I was on at the time. And
that was our shit.
And that was a big problem for us, because one of the conversations that we had about me even taking that gig there was because Michelle S., who started us there,
God bless her.
God bless her. She had gotten let go of, and she had to move on to another one. And they had Harold Austin,
Oh, God.
Mr. Green Man,
Yeah.
and I think Dorsey
Fuller.
Yeah,
Dorsey
Dorsey
Fuller.
Fuller. Salute
Hell
to
yeah.
Dorsey. They were the guys that were overseeing us after that, man.
But you
and what was and the original deal was like you support Cypress Hill no matter what. No, you guys can't pay me what I should get here.
But we're his core station, by the way.
Yeah.
But we need you to support the Cypress Hill music no matter what. And we kept hearing you guys rock Green Thumb like throughout the day, like multiple spins. Like it was like a medium rotation around there, so maybe close to heavy. And,
I beefed it up to be a dick the first week. I'm just telling you straight up.
And on our end, we were getting like one spin a day on it. And then when
they
we
couldn't
just
outplay us. I knew that.
Yeah, and we had to leave on tour, right? That we had a European tour booked, so we had to leave on tour, and we get a call from our boy Quasi, who was our producer of our show at that point. He goes, "Hey, dude, they just took Green Thumb off the air." I'm like, "What?" He goes, like the day after you left. And that's when we decided when we came back, we were going to do one last show and then quit. And we called C and Chalk on that show. They were doing Friday Night Flavors.
My dog.
We did it. Hey, it was hilarious.
Yo, Friday Night Flavor, we were just talking about this. Every Monday morning, we would all come in to see if we were going to get fired for what happened on Friday Night Flavors.
Yeah.
That was the dopest show ever in the history of Los Angeles. That and Curb Service.
I'll tell you what, it was the show that popped off for hip hop on FM radio in Los Angeles. I mean,
but that's the vibe
of
what power was in the day.
Yeah, for sure.
Is the guys that came out of Friday Night Flavors got control of the radio station.
Yeah. That is true.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, not arguing
that many good years of hip hop.
Oh man, we had a blast.
Dude, I used to get passes because you got to imagine being on a show. I mean, on a radio station that's playing nothing but hip hop, some R&B, and then a lot of like
techno
and some house music. At a certain point, we were playing house music.
Artie, the one-man party, bro.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. What's up, Artie? And so I used to be able to play I would have a shift from noon to 2 on a Saturday, which is primes everywhere. You're getting played in the mall, you're in the car, everywhere. And I would play J-Lib, or I would just play some hardcore hip hop, and then I'd get calls from management hey, I noticed you played this and it wasn't on the list. And I was like,
oh yeah.
I'd be like, yeah, but it's doing well on our Friday Night Flavors, and I would just give them, and also it's selling the most at blah blah blah, and they would be like, all right.
Well, they can't argue that, right?
Bad
I remember that
bad DJ.
Every now and then, they would come in and be like, hey, can you have your guys play some more familiar shit in your mix? I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Not the agreement we made. You guys got all the familiar stuff happening through the week.
Yeah.
We don't need any more familiar shit. I was able to, take the handcuffs of all the DJs, and we had some heavy hitting ass DJs over there with us. And man, I would not allow them to even talk to my guys except Melody, because he was.
I was just about to say, dude, I was shaking my head because I was thinking Melody, bro.
Yeah.
What a beast.
He was a beast.
Rhett Matic was on there with us too.
Rhett Matic, Babu,
man.
Mark Love,
Myself,
Mark Love.
TRT.
yourself. Yeah, I mean, we had so many DJs. We had EQ, Icy Ice.
Dude, yeah.
Fuck. It was the
Dude.
revolving door of DJs. They all covered for each other at different times. It was awesome.
Clearly, the programmers don't know about the variety of life.
Nah.
Is the spice. Variety is the spice of life. They just
No.
don't know that.
But when this guy came in, I was able to push the envelope 100%. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I knew that if I wanted to play something that I believed in and it wasn't on any list, and I was probably going to get some shit.
Well, because he was one of us.
Yeah,
I was
he
a
knew.
DJ.
Yeah.
I started off as not a very good one. Let me just be straight up about that. And he's heard me DJ, so trust me.
Yes. I'm not confirming nor denying.
But that's the way I thought.
Yeah.
And if you can't read the crowd, you can't move the crowd. And actually, what you guys did was actually very good for radio, because I used it. I said, look, you don't understand where our demographic lives and what they're listening to. Play a record like that, and I could pull How I Could Just Kill a Man out of, or Insane in the Brain, any of those, and put them in our weekly call out, our weekly research, and say, look, it's testing better than the current.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's never been heard on radio. So when people hear it, they would react like they would react in a club.
Yeah.
So we got to do those moments every day, but with DJs in real time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I get stoned to go on a tangent.
They got the handcuffs on a lot of these guys these days.
Dude.
It's automated now.
Yeah.
I remember there was one moment when you guys had what was it? Throw Your Set in the Air when it got released.
Oh,
So I knew, and the shout out to Tumex, Malathion, Alex. So I remember that the label said we're gonna send through Messenger. We're gonna send these 12-inch, these advanced 12 inches to both radio stations, and whoever plays it first, that's who
Wins.
They win, or whatever. They're the first ones to play. It was a world premiere. There was no internet. This is like, at least being used like that. So, dude, Tumex came over and he shot me Throw Your Set in the Air, and that just happened to be going on the air, and it was the first song I played in my set, and just like, yeah, we did that.
That's probably who the ads went to first.
Yeah.
Where we're going to spend the money at first. Whoever plays this first, that's where we're spending the money first.
well, they played it first. The go-to excuse for a promo person.
Yeah.
But they played it first.
Yep.
Everything you just said, I heard translated in my head through Paul Stanley's voice. It was incredible.
Yeah.
I couldn't even stop it. I was just like, well, go on with it. And I was just listening, and I just like, damn.
Imagine Paul Stanley explaining all that shit.
Oh man.
Oh, that was amazing.
We talk about a show. Kiss freaking rock.
Yeah.
They were. I saw the last show that they did here in LA before pandemic, and they played the fucking, at the time, Staples, and they just rocked it.
It started with your voice, with your impersonation of, but then it morphed into his pop. That's why I kept rolling with it. I was like, all right.
So all right, I'm here to tell you.
Yeah, we got away with some stuff, yeah.
We gotta wear some stuff, man.
Stuff, man. We did.
Yeah.
Good times.
Imagine a conversation with him talking like that. His concert voice, because there's the Paul Stanley kickback voice.
Yeah, that
Then
ain't the
there's-
same voice.
Then there's the Paul Stanley concert voice.
Yeah, that's a way different
And
voice.
that sounds more like,
I want to know how many of y'all like to get high.
wait. No, let's do this different.
Nah, no, you could do better.
Ask Mizza
Yeah.
how many years he was doing radio for. As Paul Stanley.
I want to know how many years have you been doing radio?
Too fucking long.
That's how Paul Stanley in his
That's how
concert
he would
voice
ask, yeah,
would
you know.
conduct an interview.
Yeah.
Imagine that. How annoying.
It's like
would
Harry
that be?
Carey on helium.
Oh, my
Yeah,
God. That's
shit was
awesome.
It would be amazing. Yeah.
That could be a Saturday Night Live sketch.
That
For
could be
real.
a Saturday morning cartoon.
Paul,
Animate that.
Paul Stanley interviewing you in concert voice.
That'd be
That's
sick.
awesome.
Can we prank call him? That'd be the shit.
Never.
Hello?
Never. You can't prank. No, can't prank the god.
And I tell you
my
what, his speaking voice, he is well spoken.
Yes.
With his speaking voice. He's very clear.
Yes, he's a whole different guy.
Yeah.
I mean, just complete, he's in control of his language.
It's
Yeah.
the adrenaline that happens. The adrenaline that causes you to scream out like that.
On stage and
I
shit.
swear to God. You got to stay in control of the adrenaline or it'll control you.
Yep.
All through 91 to about 95, my adrenaline fucked my vocals up live for a good time till I learned how to get control. Thank
Every
God.
night. God.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
can only imagine having to do that every night.
well, yeah, because here's the thing, right?
That's crazy.
There's no school for this, right? So no one tells you, hey, when you come out, you want to sound as much as possible like the record, right? So don't scream. Try to get control of your shit. Like energy up in terms of the physicality on the performance, but control the voice.
Yo, have you ever
None
done
of
like
us-
a master class on that?
I would.
You should.
I will.
Thank you.
We will.
Yeah, we will.
We will. And because there is no direction for any hip hop artist in that time about that. Someone would have to tell you,
Yeah.
someone groomed already that knows, hey, look, when you do this, rehearsing it is one thing. When you get out in front of a crowd, you're going to feel the adrenaline and you're going to feel the need to scream. And if you don't hear yourself loud enough, you're going to feel the need to scream the shit. Stay in control.
Yeah.
That's the best way to do it. None of us told us that. We were screaming our asses off. And like, I sometimes, when I hear those vocals back from like videos somebody might have took in the moment, because there are those that had the little camcorders for a time.
That's great.
I'll hear that shit and I'll be like, damn. But you know, hey, it's something that you learn, you know, if you pay attention.
But it's artist development. And that's what I'm saying is missing. That's what's got us here.
Yeah.
Talking about this stuff on Instagram. Like, this is what I say every day. Yes, you need to do a masterclass, please.
Yeah.
Because these kids, you know, they're listening to these records and they're saying, like, yo, why doesn't my shit sound like that?
How did they get there?
Yeah. Like they hear a Kendrick record and go, oh, wait, that's lyricism.
Yeah.
Like, I grew up on this mumble shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what's driving them even more. So they all want to know about the craft.
Right.
And there's only people like you that are veterans of it well enough to be able to explain it authentically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So please.
We better be able to explain it by now, God.
Yeah.
You had a minute.
It's dope.
Like, you guys have provided such a soundscape, like, you know, just of like, that it's just like, if you've never heard the first album and you listen to it right now, you'd be like, holy shit, what is this?
And the sampling?
Dude,
Yeah, Muggs is a fucking
freaking
genius.
beast,
Yeah.
bro.
Man.
You can't fuck with that dude on sampling, bro.
His chop.
Even like House of Pain and shit like that. I mean, all this stuff that.
Yeah.
Forget it.
I look
get
at
me down a rabbit hole now.
I look at it like that, right? Our first 3 albums, his chop game was crazy, right? I mean, through all our shit, his chop game is crazy, but he used less samples later. But in the first 3, his chop shit was crazy, and then the shit he had done for the Funk Dubious album and for the House of Pain album, crazy.
Yeah.
He just had a mastery of that shit like no other. He doesn't get enough props in that.
Yeah,
Dude.
And you know what? I would love to hear the shit he didn't use.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know,
The
as
shit he didn't
producers,
use, yeah.
You know, the 3 o'clock in the morning thing that we don't like.
we probably got
Those kind of shits. I
He-
bet you they're fucking bangers.
He played me back like
100.
3-4 songs we didn't use for Temples of Boom and one other thing, and we're like, damn, I totally forgot about that. But the beats were just so monstrous. Even like back then, you could do
Temples of
like
Boom
that
was
shit. You could put it out right now, and people would be like, "That's a new song." Oh my god, that shit is dope, and it doesn't sound dated either. I'm just wondering when he wants to put it out. When he's gonna put it out, because the shit sounded really dope.
Dude.
Shit.
Dude, see,
but,
but you guys, man, you all got like Cypress Hill, Dr. Dre, you know, all of our favorites. They've got masters on masters on masters that they'll never fucking put out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
True that.
motherfuckers.
Vaults of shit. I've put out a lot of stuff. I have a few things that I haven't put out and stuff that I haven't put out yet, but most of the stuff I do goes out.
But you
I
guys
try to get it out.
You guys would get into a studio and record a shit ton of music and then pick
Yeah.
a number.
Wow.
As it
Right.
relates to Cypress, there's a bank of songs for sure that didn't go on, previous albums. There's probably only Black Sunday where there's maybe 1 or 2 songs that didn't go on. We did another one with T-Ray that didn't go on, and I think another one that
Did any not get cleared or something, like a sample clearance?
No, it wasn't necessarily that. It was just we were pressed for time on Black Sunday. So everything we made went on, and whatever we saved was going to be like something for Europe.
You see me poking, right? I'm trying to get more records out. This guy.
Oh, yeah. No, but on
It's the
Temple,
anniversary, I'm thinking.
on other albums, there was more leftover songs. Because I remember on Skull and Bones, we did like fucking 40 some odd songs
Jesus.
of hip hop shit, and then we said, you know what, let's do some of that shit Sen Dog's doing. You know what I mean? Like
Oh, wow.
the fusion with the rock shit.
Shout out Sen and Mellow Mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Word up. I remember being at some of them sessions and thinking, damn, how they only use like that certain amount of songs, and then what the fuck are they gonna do with all this other shit? You know what I mean?
I haven't heard
And then I never
any of
heard
them.
any of them again.
Yeah, I mean, Muggs got him.
There's a vault somewhere with some
Yeah.
sick shit.
Muggs would have to go through all that shit to find it because he's got so much shit.
It doesn't mean they're bad and that's why they didn't make it. It's just it's a matter of taste. It's fucking music, so it's a matter of what you guys were feeling at the moment. But
Yeah.
like you said, them other joints, people hear them who aren't in the group and they're gonna be like, "Holy fuck!"
Yeah.
I remember hearing stuff that didn't make Elephants on Acid. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you guys had there was 5 or 6 songs. I was like, yo, I couldn't wait to hear it on the record, and they weren't. And I was like, the record is amazing, it's dope. But I was like, I remember hearing you work on so many songs for that album.
Well,
Did you side question? Did you guys ever work with Rick Rubin, or am I tripping?
we never got a chance to work with Rick
Dude.
Rubin. There was a
Muggs and
talk.
Rick.
There was a conversation about it. We were talking about it, but it just never happened. But that would have been dope.
That would have. Well, I mean, it still could happen. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
I think it should happen. Just FYI, everybody should
I'll tell you what.
tag Rick Rubin.
The crazy thing on all the albums, right? Is the first album, it took us like between 3 and 5 years to actually put that one together. So we had so much time. Black Sunday, we had probably 3 to 4 months to put that one together.
Wow.
With the ones after that, there was like maybe a year, 2 year span, and then there was, so like your time gets shortened, and then it's pressure to do your creative thing, and create your vision with shorter time. Because the thing is, with the long-term contract, and Steph probably could say the same thing, is that when you got an old school contract, which is 7 albums, and the last one is an option, right? You're stuck on that label, and if you're successful, each album, the number is going to go up, right?
Yeah.
For that album, what you would receive monetarily is going to go up, right? But there's more pressure then because now you're on a time limit. They don't want more than 2 years for that album. When the 2 years comes up, doesn't matter if you're touring or whatever, promoting the previous album, you get fined for every month after the drop. The drop date. The original drop date, you're getting fined. And who knows what the percentage is, because it varies from different labels. But you get fined for every month that is not turned in.
That's crazy.
That's so
I've never heard that one before.
Yeah, so, we were like dealing with that.
I made a record that got
Man, just for the record,
penalized.
Yeah.
Word?
What?
Oh yeah, we got penalized.
Yeah, because
I've never heard.
they're
like,
taking some of that budget back.
Oh, we gave back.
They're taking that.
Oh, we
Wait a
gave
minute.
back. That
Your date was August 13th
That was about the time too.
to drop it, and it's we're in
Failed.
October.
Oh wow.
So
We went longer than that.
the longer I'm just saying as an example, the longer you wait,
Crazy.
they're taxing back for some of that budget. So in an effort not to give it back, you end up rushing and trying to get it out of the way. But that's the cool thing about being an independent artist is that you don't have that.
Yeah.
But
When did the sorry to interrupt,
Go
but
ahead.
when did the touring take off? Like, you guys were already getting big and big, but when did the cross genre thing happen? Like, you were being accepted by rock, you were
that was Lollapalooza.
That-
When we got accepted through, well, at least that was the indicator. Maybe it was already happening, but at Lollapalooza, that's what we actually
that was a
saw.
turning point.
Yeah, because up to that point, we were opening for like maybe Ice Cube or Scarface or Third Base, and
How big was that audience?
what?
The Lollapalooza one.
On that side stage, I'm gonna say it was probably roughly around 5,000, 6,000 people. We were like, wow.
That's a great crowd though.
Because we didn't know anybody was going to show up for us, and because there was nobody there right before we started. We're like,
That's
crazy. Are we sure that we should be on this thing?
I
And
love that size audience.
No, it was great. I mean, that was like a bigger audience than most of the things we were playing because we were playing mostly club shit. We did a few arenas with Scarface and Cube, but most of our shit was like club and hall.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So we get out there open air, and it might have been more than 6,000, but it looked about that to me at that time. And that was a lot.
That is a lot.
You know what I mean? And we were bugging out that many people showed up for us, and they were doing shit that we had only seen at one previous Beastie Boys show that we played
Wow.
for, because before that we had played with the Beasties at the Octagon Club or
crazy.
Octagon Room in New York, and that was the first time we had seen people like stage diving and crowd surfing, but they weren't moshing.
Wow.
When we got to Lollapalooza,
That's
we
nuts.
saw the crowd surfing and the stage diving and eventually the moshing. We were like, God damn. That's when we knew it was different for us.
And what is the biggest crowd that Cypress Hill has performed in front of?
That would probably be the Woodstock show, which was like close to 500,000, at least at our year.
What other rap group do that one?
Salt and Pepper was on that bill too. So
Oh, they played Woodstock 94?
I believe they played
Nice.
that Woodstock 94 too.
Dude, what is it now? That's 30 years, right?
Blind Melon, right?
Blind Melon, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They played it. I can't remember.
Nine Inch Nails.
Nine
That's
Inch
where the
Nails,
the
yeah.
infamous mud people. There's a bunch of people. It was raining and then
There was people having the sex
everywhere.
everywhere, muddy
Woodstock.
buddy.
Yeah.
For me growing up in Sac, like my threshold I had set, was like if we ever play the Warfield, we made it.
Yeah, that's the joint right there.
And that's not that big of a place, but when you're coming up, that place is huge.
You think it's humongous?
huge.
It's like the whiskey
Yeah, and
for us
and,
down here. Yeah.
and to me that was like, all right, we doing this. We at the Warfield, people.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
There's nothing like seeing a rock band and a whiskey, yo.
Yeah, right?
The whiskey.
Dude.
Woo!
Yeah, those were like our first couple of shows.
The release
In-
party.
Really?
Yeah, we did
Yeah.
2 in one day.
See, y'all were promoted like a rock band then.
Yeah.
Man, we couldn't even fit our drum set on the whiskey
That's dope.
stage now.
Yeah, it was different. We had
Sneak.
Sony and Rough House fortunately
Oh,
put
Chris Schwartz.
Chris Swords.
salute to my man
all
Chris
right,
Schwartz,
yeah, okay, I
Joe
got
Butcher. Fortunately they had a good relationship with Sony and they put together a good plan because they saw something.
Yeah, but do you see the similarities in the marketing plan of you and the Fugees?
Yeah,
It's like
absolutely.
the same run.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like it's the exact same place.
they could go
I'm
anywhere.
a fan of the business. I watch strategies and marketing.
You know,
That's
they
what
beg-
I watch.
They banked on groups that they felt could go anywhere and weren't regional.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of labels fall victim to, what's this going to do like here,
Yeah.
right? And that's why like Sony up in the East Coast, Donnie Einer and the rest over there,
Charlie Walk.
they would not allow the East Coast Sony to even fuck with us. I mean, the West Coast Sony not even to fuck with us because they didn't really know what to do with us. All the planning, everything came from the East Coast.
Well, then the radio mix show DJ is what
Yeah,
changed that.
true that. Yeah.
Because they was out there playing Cypress Hill like crazy.
Yes. No, they sure were. But Sony East would not allow Sony West to y'all just facilitate.
Yeah, we're calling the shot.
We're
Jesus.
calling the shots over here. You're just facilitating anything we're asking for these guys.
But you were on MTV in the fucking heyday.
Well, no, yeah. I mean, this was from the beginning. From the
Yes.
beginning, Sony East Coast and Rough House were calling the shots on our shit. They would not allow because, hey, we got signed to an East Coast label. The West Coast labels weren't fucking with us, not even Sony West.
Wow.
So they were like, we're taking care of this, which was great. I mean, that ended up being great for us.
Worked out.
Yeah, it worked out.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude.
Because
Thank you for the history lesson, brother.
Yeah, but that was like in that was like in 91, 92.
Crazy.
It was
That was another marker set for okay, hey, we doing when we started playing shows in New York. I was like, and like we started having the same crowds out there that we'd have out here.
yeah.
I was like, all right, we doing this. This is it.
That's another great marker that you
Yep.
can
Yeah.
see. Like when all the crowds are reacting the same.
Yeah.
Dude.
It's only when you get that show when it's crickets when you're like, oh shit.
It's gonna happen though. There ain't
Yeah.
no way around it.
Yeah,
But that's what I was
Yeah.
saying at the beginning. Cypress Hill can do any fucking crowd.
yeah.
You know
We
what
could
I
do it now.
Yep. Yeah,
Grateful
you know the
Dead to the
difference is
tunnel.
the,
You know what I mean?
the
Like-
difference between then and now is that we're better now than we were then. Like we know what we're doing now, like for sure. Because back then, it's trial and error. Well, you're jumping in the fire and you're going and doing, and what works and what don't work. If you're smart enough, you just you cut it off and do something else.
Yeah.
And sometimes as artists, we don't recognize that. We're just going and going and going until someone.
You learned a lot from experience, bro.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
on the job experience.
yeah.
That's what it is. If you get that part, you could have a long run.
Yeah.
You guys ever do the Montreux Jazz Fest?
Yeah.
I'd imagine it had to happen. It seems like your guys' the sound is perfect for that event.
We
Wait,
did.
is there an
I think we
event
did
that
it.
you haven't done that you want to do?
Coachella.
Ah.
Yeah. They have not invited us on to Coachella yet, but congratulations to you, Steph Tone.
It's got to happen. I mean, it took us till now.
Yeah,
I mean, how long has it been? Like 20 years plus?
they're holding it like they do the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, dog. They're
Maybe.
like, make you
25.
wait like 40 years to get in.
Damn.
Yeah.
You're not in the Rock and Roll of it?
No, we're not yet. I don't think our name has even come up in a.
You guys in Bone Thugs and Harmony should definitely already be
Yeah.
in the fucking Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
No doubt.
And I mean, even you guys, I mean, earlier then, so I mean, you guys are way late. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
they made Rush wait 40 years, so I'm not tripping.
Damn.
Rush is
Yeah.
a great
yeah, but they are
band.
not rap heavy, homie.
They're not. This is true.
You know what I mean? They should be putting in 2 or 3
But-
a year
Yeah.
Yeah.
to catch the fuck up.
True that.
Sorry.
But-
No. Hey, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, you said it. Catch up.
Catch
Yeah,
up.
that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
true.
if you look at the fact they just inducted LL Cool J
Yeah.
in the
And,
timeline of hip hop.
Well,
you know what I mean?
the thing is
Pick
he's
it
been
the fuck up.
he's been on the ballot. He's been on the ballot for a number of years. It
Yeah.
never got pushed through.
Yeah.
And what what I've come to
That's
recognize.
disgraceful.
Well, what I've come to recognize is that they leave some of it up to the actual public, right? Like we vote as members, right? Let's just say we're all on board, the nomination board, where they give us the list of nominees, and we vote I think 9, maybe 6 or 9, something like. I think it's 9. We vote the 9 artists in, right? And
How does the nomination
and then from our votes, they leave up to the public and see what the public does aside from that list that we put out, right? And whatever they probably vote on, right, or whatever the public votes on that's in step with what we voted for, right? So like if you voted LL and people also voted LL and he got the most votes on the list and blah blah blah, that sort of thing, right? You have to campaign, right? So if you're on if you're on the list,
It goes political.
it goes political. I think the more you campaign, the better chance you have, because if we are a part of nominating someone through and then they're leaving the rest up to the crowd, then it's up to the artist to actually, promote to the crowd, hey, vote for me. Go to their site and vote for me.
wow.
I'm on the fucking shit. And some that pay attention to that, they go. They rock the campaign, and some don't because they don't give a fuck either way.
Wow.
But
See, but that-
those that really want it, they will campaign for it.
Right.
Yo, but it's so fucked up. Like all of this stuff, we don't have anything that like the actual real people vote on and make happen. It's all turns into some political fucking event, and that's why the music business is so fucked up right now.
Yeah. I mean, it should be the Music Hall of Fame, really,
Yes.
because it's taking
All of the
on a
above.
bunch of different genres.
Yeah.
Don't you think it should be the other way around, that the people pick that initial list first, and then these judges are
Yes.
given like
It should
now,
actually be a people's choice list,
Yeah,
but
straight
that's
be
up.
not
like
the
these
way it
10
works.
guys, whatever.
Let 'em
pick
vote
one
on
of
it
these
and-
because these are the ones we like or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's easy to take a poll. It doesn't have to be weighted.
Well, when you think about it,
What I
right?
mean?
They've set up a criteria of what gets you in,
Yeah.
and sometimes they overlook. Well, more than sometimes, as it relates to hip hop, they overlook the fact that many of our golden era groups far exceed their criteria, but they don't get in for a number of years, or they're not even thought about. They're not even brought up.
Well, I mean, look at the Grammys and stuff like that. I mean, why did we have to fight for a hip hop category, period? Why does any music, if you're going to have excellence in anything, let it be the actual excellence?
Yeah.
And that's going to vary. Hip hop will come, hip hop will go. Jazz will come, jazz will go. Like, you categorize these things and then you make them hit the criteria based on your
your votes or
you know what
your,
I mean?
your
And
suggestions.
I mean, that's more of what's messed up with the music business.
yeah.
Truly. That's not wrong.
It's really about people. You know what I mean? It's that connection. And that's why this AI shit and all that. Don't get me started. You got me high now.
Come on, let's get on him. Let's get him.
I think that the industry is disconnected from the actual people that they're trying to sell music to.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, like, for instance, when I was trying to explain to my bosses about, look, our core demographic is East Los. It's not Hollywood. You're thinking Hollywood. Cypress Hill, East Los. Think about it for a second. And I would prove it in the research. You know, these people, they don't get it. These corporate people don't have people like that that are fighting for things like that. They're too afraid to lose their jobs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean,
Absolutely.
fuck, it's a collaborative effort. Speak the fuck up. It'll happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, they haven't figured out how to bridge it.
Yeah. Communicate. It's just, everybody's
Communication,
afraid of shit. Just talk.
Yeah.
That's
You
a
know what
crazy-
I mean?
That's
Like-
a crazy concept.
You know,
Oh my
like,
God.
People spend so much time in their head going, well, what if they react this way? I'm not going to say something to them. You know what I mean? Like, fuck, dog, just talk.
Yeah, man.
You can't handle the truth.
You got me stoned. I'm going down a tangent.
That's all right, man. That's what this show is about. Tangents.
Let them rage.
When they unfold, we just go with it.
Yeah, we kind of roll with.
Just go with it, you know?
Did you ever go do like with 92 The Beat? Did you ever go do like promo runs where you'd go and like show up at an event and be like, "Hey, what's up?" Or like
They made
live?
us do. They made us
come
do
to a broadcast or something?
They made us do a couple of events. We had to
Wow.
do. We had to do the West Hollywood parade 2 times.
What?
In our first year.
Wow.
They had us set up in a booth. And Bobo and I had to go over there and host the 92.3 The Beat booth 2 years in a row.
That was
Oh,
the
wow.
original.
It was hilarious.
That was
I
the
can
original Pride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was back in 96, I'm saying.
Oh,
right?
shit.
96,
There wasn't no
97?
Pride-
No,
there was no-
97.
97.
It was
Yeah, there wasn't no
97.
Pride Month or week or none of that. It
Not
was just
yet.
A, it was just a parade.
But it was what eventually becomes the Pride Parade.
the whole became
It
a whole
was
month.
hilarious. It was one of a. Each time we did it, it was a hilarious broadcast. I always wondered why they had us do it, but we were like, whatever. If this is the assignment, we're gonna go fucking do it. I'm not gonna complain. Let's just go do it.
Yeah.
But that was the craziest shit because they did not tell us what that was. Because I mean, I didn't.
It's radio.
Surprise!
Yeah. I was like, okay, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Wow.
But you know, hey, we made the best of it.
Hell yeah.
Is that motherfucking naked?
But I'll tell you one of the things that got us in
Wow.
trouble, right? And it was something that we had done in house,
Uh-oh.
right? We were in house doing this this particular show. It was a Sunday. They asked us to fill in for whoever was doing Sundays at that point, right? So Bobo and I decided to run it like we would run the Friday night, raunchy
Oh,
as fuck.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And, you know, we're playing one of our most raunchiest sketches because, you know, we used to write our own shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like the LA Fair. And there was a booth
Wow.
playing, there was a booth playing the beat. And, you know, there was a lot of kids rolling by. And one of the sketches roll out and it's top 10. It's the top 10. And this one was like,
I could only imagine.
what was it? The top 10 reasons you get a backstage pass at a Cypress Hill concert. Or some
Oh,
shit
yeah, I
like
remember.
this, right. And they were very graphic
Oh, my
back
God.
then. You know, we had sound effects doing shit
Friday
left
night.
and right. And this sketch is going on as kids are rolling by, man. The phones lit up on us so bad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Days.
The FCC was on us there for a while.
They never put us back on a Sunday ever again. They never asked me to fill in on that Sunday.
Want to get away?
I didn't care. I was like,
Have a
hey,
Snickers.
you asked me to do it. You didn't tell me how to do it, so I assumed
Just do it.
This is
do
it.
it the way we normally do it.
That show was kind of like a Howard Stern of hip hop kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I didn't think
Like,
it was,
it was
because
fun.
I really didn't think about it that it was Sunday afternoon and there's people getting out of church and going to this fair.
Oh, my God.
With their kids. And
I didn't think about it. I was young and,
talking about backstage.
crazy and had anger
Oh,
issues
wow.
and didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, that was 27 for fuck's sake.
Kids are
Those kids
resilient.
awesome.
They hear all kinds of crazy.
I'm sure those kids heard worse than that
That's
at
all
home.
I'm saying. That's all I'm saying is that kids hear crazy shit all the time.
Yeah, there's no
That's
curse
awesome.
word that a kid hasn't heard.
Hell
You know what I
no.
mean? They,
We all be saying them from the earliest days.
yeah.
Well, you see more and more people cursing,
Yeah.
older people. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Cursing's more accepted.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
It's-
Cursing is very important.
It
Dude.
is.
At an early age, I started, but like only at school with my friends at recess and lunch and all that, and come home and be like, yeah, no more cussing. But like, dude, it got to a point where it started
What was-
bleeding over.
What was the first curse word and what was the age?
Oh, it had to be like, I think I said like the F word around,
Yeah,
like
it's fuck or shit for sure.
fuck. It was fuck.
All right,
For
what
sure.
age?
At like 6. That probably like first grade. Yeah,
That's
like,
so childish but cool at the same time.
I think it was first
You
grade.
were 6.
Yeah.
You remember that?
No
Yeah.
way.
No, it was like, yeah, it's first grade after kindergarten. Kindergarten, I didn't talk a lot
I
like
can't
that.
even top that. How about you, Mizza?
All I can remember is my grandma washing my mouth out with soap. I don't know what I
Oh, damn.
You know what I mean? I can just I can remember getting my mouth washed out with soap.
I got that
Yeah.
soap
You
twice.
know what I mean?
Yeah, same.
Damn.
Am I too old? Is that dating
No,
me?
no.
My mom beat my ass.
I mean, we come from the same school,
Yeah.
I think. How about you, Steptoe? Do you remember? You just remember the soap and the.
Yeah, I can't say what year. Definitely in single dig, it was already present.
How about
Yeah.
you?
It was embedded in my soul.
I had an uncle that used to sing me dirty lullabies, and my mom would get mad when I would repeat them.
Nice. Yeah.
How about you, Bolton? I want to hear this.
Yeah, I actually had like a swearing problem growing up from like first grade to like third grade.
Oh, man.
And I used to get the soap in the mouth at the same time.
Bolton.
I had a swearing problem at daycare. Like I would swear in front of my daycare lady, and then I would swear in front of my mother at the same time.
Oh,
but like
man.
growing up though, my dad was a big like he would always say curse words.
Hell-
Whatever he was working on, it'd just be that word would be flying around.
Hell yeah.
You guys from the sodas, man. You
But
guys-
like at the same time, I grew up in the '90s, so I thought it was old school still that I'm getting soap in the mouth.
Oh, yeah. No, that's a forever thing right
Yeah.
there. I don't.
A rite of passage.
I don't remember when I first cursed in front of my parents because they were pretty G'd up. So I do remember that my first ones were outside of the house.
Absolutely.
Oh, they were definitely outside.
I got hit by a car, and like
I got hit by
yes,
that.
I did. I was
Oh,
into
shit.
BMXing, much like Steph told. Where I was in a group with these kids. We're coming across Beverly Boulevard in where is that? By Quiet Canyon. Like Quiet Canyon comes out like from the freeway right there at the 60.
Yeah.
And then it goes to Beverly Boulevard. We were crossing Beverly Boulevard. Boom, I get hit. I fly off. And I sit up and I yell out, "Motherfucker!" I must have been 12 years old. That was my first real curse word right there.
When I was 16, when I got hit by a car, and I had that whole incident and everything. Like, once I had recognized my my condition and everything, I felt that I had a green light to drop all the bombs I wanted to at that moment.
I think you did.
Yeah.
and so in front of the authorities and everything. I'm just like, brah, brah, brah. I'm just dropping them all, and then, after I pretty much cleared out my vocabulary, they're like, all right, son, take it easy. It's all right.
Take it easy.
I was like, I just had to get it out. I feel like it was a good I had a go on it, and I went with it.
If my kid yelled that shit out after getting hit by a car, I mean, come on, I'd be like, all right,
Yeah.
you're gonna do it.
You could only
Car.
understand.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? I'm gonna wash your
Yeah, I felt like it was fair. I was like, nah, no one's gonna this one's good. I'm getting away with this one clean.
Hey, I didn't even tell my parents, bro. I didn't even tell
You
them.
got hit by a car?
Yeah, hell no. I picked up my little bike and just
I didn't get no say in that one.
went straight to my room, didn't say shit.
I went straight to the hospital.
Wait,
Because I thought I was gonna get in trouble.
Okay, so let me ask a question then. With the weed thing, did you ever get in trouble smoking weed? I mean, you've been a big part of weed culture.
You know what? I didn't get in trouble for smoking weed because, my father and mother were removed by that time, and he was not close enough to hear or see that. And my mother was a little bit more understanding because, come to find, she was a weed head too.
Oh,
Bigger than I thought.
I love that.
that's awesome.
I did not know. I don't even think you knew, right? Like, we did not know this.
Not in the early days, no.
Yeah, she kept that shit from us. And then I find out later, like, she smoked the weed too. She was slanging weed.
Wow.
Fuck out of here.
Gee, son.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
It was meant to be.
And her shit was like, I'm cool with you smoking. All the other shit, not so much. So I'm going to be cool with you about this. And then eventually later we smoke out together, you know what I mean? Because, she was open like that. And then what surprised me is my father one time out there, he was like hard line against any of the shit. He didn't like drinking, he didn't smoke. His vice was food and women's. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. And
I've been there.
one day he hits me up. He said, I hear you talking about all this weed shit. Let me try some.
Hell yeah.
Oh, dude.
What?
Yeah, I rolled one up for him. He
Plot
took it
twist.
home.
No way.
And next day is like, hey,
Got
let
another
me
one?
know when you can give me some more of that shit. Like, oh, all right. I never thought I'd crack that shell, but that was pretty good.
How did it feel?
Rest in peace. It was funny to me because he was hardline. I mean, I had a brother that was a straight up drug addict. Rest in peace. So like he was always like, fuck around with that shit.
Yeah.
But so when he opened up,
Word up.
because he was hearing all the talk. You know what I mean? Like people were telling him, probably my nephews and nieces were coming to tell him, hey, look at what he's doing. Look at what he's talking about. It, blah, 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 blah. And he probably got intrigued by it.
Oh, shit.
Because it wasn't like something I was telling him. Look, father. Look what I'm doing.
I found it.
Plus, you weren't a crackhead strung out and some
Nah, I
shit.
wasn't
You were
a
kicking ass, and he's thinking, well, fuck, how bad could it be, right? Like,
Well, he figured he was gang banging not too long ago, and the last time I seen him was in the hospital. Now he's rapping and he's talking about legalizing weed.
any parent who knows street
Hell
shit,
yeah.
that's the least of their worries.
Yeah, I think he thought, okay, this is a better path. I don't understand it, but this is better than the last time I saw this little motherfucker.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And now he's a rapper.
And now he's rap. Hey, wrap one of those joints for me and send it over. All right.
That's just one of the many hats you wear.
I converted him, you know what I'm saying?
Dope.
Didn't need to with my mom. She was already there. Now I know where I got it from. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Dude, it's awesome to be able to like smoke one with like your son. The fact that I get to smoke one with my son is like
That's pretty cool.
it's really cool. We could just talk about music and movies, art, whatever. Like
You never thought you'd be there, huh?
no, and that's like it's a really kind of surreal thing when it does happen. He's been busy working, but like
Weed brings people together.
yeah, every now and then we'll blaze one together and we'll just like, dude, it's awesome. Just like
Hey, from a fan point of view, I get to smoke weed with Be Real. I'm having a great day.
Hey,
hell yeah.
for all the years that we've known each other, we have not done this.
Cheers.
It was always usually the radio visit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We were always working.
We were always
You
working.
know what I mean? It was like we've worked together so many times but
Yeah.
never
Had the chance.
it was like, hi, how are you? Great, good. This is what we're doing. Bang.
I mean,
All right,
because we
great.
were always all of us on the go.
Yeah.
You know, we were never stopping for
Yeah.
really nothing. But I think that's what made y'all so dope over there is that you were constantly fucking at it and like unafraid to like push the shit
Yeah.
in the direction y'all saw that it needed to go. And that's when radio was at its best in Los Angeles, man.
Well, that's what
gotta
I was
tell you.
saying is we were just a bunch of kids having fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's all it was this is what we're bumping. This is what we're listening to.
We're doing the same thing right now. Ain't nothing changed.
Yeah.
We just got older.
What was
It's still
crazy
the
is
same thing.
Yeah, you know what was crazy is that Power and the Beat were making each other better at the same
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
right? And the people that were listening to both stations, because there were people listening to both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was a win fucking win.
Oh yeah.
Because you didn't just have one station pumping hip hop. You had two, and you had dope ass DJs on both ends of it, dope hosts on both ends of it, and just like it created a culture of West Coast hip hop and just an embracing of the hip hop culture in general, because it wasn't like a R&B heavy station over here or a R&B heavy station over here. It was a
Yeah.
hip hop heavy station.
But that's why I fought so hard, like when the Cypress Hill issue came up. It has to do with that. It's a culture thing.
Yeah.
You can't just not play it. We had to play what was right for our audience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I thank you
that's
for that.
also what's well, thank you, but that's what I'm really saying about today is all you got to do is start listening to your audience.
The fact that you guys did
Radio.
that gave me leverage when I was arguing with these motherfuckers about
Hell yeah.
like when I was quitting. Like the fact that that the other guys, that the other station, my friends over there are pumping my shit and you're not.
Yeah.
It's like I'm gone.
I remember
Yeah,
that.
they couldn't even offer me no more money. I was like, nah, I'm good.
It's crazy.
But so that meant a lot to me.
Yeah, it's
You know
fun.
what I mean? Because you don't expect a station to take a side with the artist like that. You know, because sometimes it's all politics, right? And we didn't expect that, because I mean, you know, with songs as it relates to artists, it's a gamble whether a station is going to pick it up or not, right? They send it into their test rooms and shit, and well, should we rotate this? Is it dope? Is it popping over here? Or, you know, whatever the criterias are, right? And either it makes it or it don't. It's the gamble as an artist we all take, whether you've been successful or not. You know what I mean? And with us, we know that we never made music with the intent of it being on the radio. So when it made that shit, it was significant to us, right? So when y'all took the stance, that shit meant everything to us. You know, we're like,
Yeah.
you know what? Psh, salute to everybody over there,
Yeah.
because we know that they know we're over here doing this.
Yeah.
But what I made sure of is that in our show we never took shots at Power 106.
Nah.
Never.
Brad.
Because it was like we had family and friends over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I mean? So and then we called these guys at the end. That was the most
Yeah.
hilarious shit.
That was the greatest.
We were all on air sharing the
Simon-
one space. That was
Yeah.
oh
I
man.
didn't hear about that.
Yeah, it was I think that was
Did I?
I think you did.
Uh,
You had to have.
We called these guys. We were live.
Or maybe you didn't, because I know it wasn't. I mean, we didn't have the internet or anything back then. So, those who listened knew, but it didn't get anyone's radar. Yeah.
Everybody was out of town. You guys were all in Boca or something. There was a convention. It was like a radio thing. All y'all, like from Power and the Beat,
Damn.
all y'all were away at this point, right?
Oh my God.
We-
Do you remember those conventions?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And we called these guys, let them know we were quitting.
Oh God.
It was
Oh,
an
wow.
awesome moment.
Yeah, dude, that was one of the greatest things ever.
But
Yeah,
see,
man.
that's what's dope about radio is just shit don't happen like that. I mean, it had personality to it. All this shit is pre-recorded. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Radios was and can. Do you think? Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Damizza. Like, do you think is it possible for radio to be great again, or are we past that?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
This shit hasn't been updated in so long, dog.
Right.
In 97, we upgraded it.
Yeah.
That's what we do. Rebranding and stuff like that. You just go with what this generation likes. You just do that, slap a banner on it, and shut the fuck up.
You know,
You know what I mean?
there's two different. I mean, look, like with every generation of hip hop,
But you
right?
make it visual tech wise. Yes, there's a way to do it.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I think there's always like different faces of what hip hop represents in the moment, right? Just like in the '90s, there was the hardcore element, and then there was the nice, shiny, polished, popish element, right? And that always exists at the same time, no matter what. It's just what's getting shine in the moment. If there's a balance, cool. If it leans on one side or another, that's when people start complaining that there's not enough of one or the other. You know, and right now there's only pretty much one thing on there. They're not showing you the full spectrum of hip hop music right now.
You on the radio is a perfect example of that time and space. You know, if you did the same thing with current artists and current formats like that,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what year you're in. You could be in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, whatever it is. You have to emulate your audience. If you emulate your audience, make it a Drink Champs with a mix show.
Yeah. That'd be
Throw it on your
ridiculous.
website, play the audio straight to transmitter, fire everyone else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Hell of an
I'm
idea.
telling you, wouldn't it work?
Yeah.
It would.
This
Absolutely.
24 hours a day to a transmitter, audio, video.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just syndication deal.
Yeah.
Cut all the other costs. Bye-bye.
That wouldn't be a thing.
Run the advertising through the internet.
Yeah.
More monetizable, more data. Plus, you get organic data too. I just went off on a formula, didn't I? All right, bye.
That's all right. If you
But
need
it
notes,
worked.
if you need the notes ran back, we got it. That's
Did that
right.
answer your question, by the way? No. I'm a Radiohead, bro. Don't fuck with me.
Dude, I know.
I'm just kidding. We
Yeah.
go 30 years, bro.
Dude, it's there.
This
right?
guy mentored me at Power the day I walked in the door. Like he said, my first day I was working for Curtis Blow as a board op. It blew my
That's right.
fucking
Curtis
mind,
Blow
bro.
had a show down there.
Yeah,
yeah.
I was his board op, and he taught me how to use the board my first night at Power.
This is true.
You know what I mean? So
This is true.
shout out to
You were
Mark.
there when Doobie had a show there too, right?
I hired
You
Doobie.
hired Doobie.
Yeah,
Right.
dude.
Talk about knowing my audience. Fuck.
Yeah.
Steve Smith was like, "Would you want to do recipe, Steve? But you want to do what?" I said, "I want to put Son Tubi on 7 to midnight."
Yeah.
Do you know how funny that'd be? He's like, "Dude, you're nuts." And I was like,
Hey.
"Let him fill in until we find a night shot."
Dude, and him putting dude,
Hey, that was good.
But perfect.
He was hilarious.
dude, and the raddest thing is that
Giving
he started.
people love it.
Yeah.
Right, bro.
Absolutely.
He would let Doobie go. The greatest part is it would be from like 7 to 10 would be all Doobie, right?
Yeah.
And then 10 to midnight
Oh, yeah.
would be the Doobie mix.
Yeah.
Where either one of us would come in and mix, either me, Chalk, and we'd come in and we'd do this mix while Doobie just hosted. Like it breaks every like 3 times within 30 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and it would just be, and we would have a blast.
Yeah.
Dude, it was so much fun with Doobie back in the day.
He was-
Before it got real crazy, it was, dude,
Yeah, he was good. He was hilarious.
he's amazing.
And he showed up every night. I couldn't fucking believe it. Shout out Angel.
Angel.
Producer Angel.
Oh my God.
Shout out Angel, man. He got
Dude.
him there every week, no matter what.
Soul Assassins had both sides of the radio popping off. So
For sure.
when you think about it, we
yeah.
had Son Doobie over there. We were over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a nice representation of the Soul Assassins clique at the time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You had heavy market share, my brother.
You did.
I learned that. Those one of the things I learned about in radio, when I was there. I kind of paid attention to the little small things that matter.
Dude.
And, I knew we were kicking ass over there. So when
you
they
get your hands on those skits anymore? Can you find them?
we have
Yeah.
pretty much
Damn, I would like to hear that.
hey, how many do we have, Dom?
He says 20 full episodes.
Oh,
20 full episodes.
that shit was
Yeah.
so much fun to do.
Dude, I did so much writing in that time of rhymes and sketches at the same damn time. Like
Yeah.
working on an album and then working on sketches for that particular show. And they were pretty fucking raunchy. They could not run on today's.
I remember
their
driving to the station. You were writing lyrics in the car and shit. Your old fucking Suburban
Yeah.
dually.
And wasn't Dr. Greenthumb the song, it was birthed from the idea of the sketch on the show?
Yeah, we did a sketch for the show. and then I went into the studio and I heard the beat. I was like, oh shit. And I wrote something based off of the sketch onto the music.
Word.
And then we pulled the sketch from the show and put it onto the album. So the Dr. Greenthumb sketch that goes before the song was created for the radio show, and then we said, fuck it, we're just going to use it for the intro of the song.
That's why some of Quasi's voice is in.
Well, Quasi's voice is Dr. Greenthumb
Yeah.
in the sketch. And
Exactly.
I'm Jed, and
Yeah.
ain't you someone in there?
Me and Bobo had multiple
Yeah.
fucking weird shit.
Yeah.
Sometimes I was an Italian guy, sometimes a Cuban guy, sometimes whatever. It was just fucking fun skits, man.
Yeah.
I gotta hear that shit.
Yeah. No, we'll play them. We have them.
Crazy era.
Man.
It was nuts. I can't believe that we got away with half the shit we got away with
Dude.
without them getting fined from the FCC.
Yes.
Because, I mean, we were
Dog,
playing.
I was playing Kill You in Morning Drive.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Will Smith calls me to the movie set one day. Freaking says, Damion, my kids can understand what you're playing. Like, I'm like, you want me to censor rap? He's like, fuck out of here.
That was a good reply, though.
Yeah.
Like, hey.
You want censorship? Weird.
I mean, this is why they were listening to y'all, though, because y'all were playing the
Different.
good shit, the different shit.
Yeah.
There was the familiar, but outside of that, you guys were breaking things, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
Playing-
it was seriously a hip hop fans playlist. It
Yeah.
really was.
Yeah.
Dude, and we had
But I was just sourcing from all of my influences. Our mixers were stupid. Our talent was stupid. I mean, we had the Baker Boys. What are you talking about? Big Boy. You know what I mean? Like, it
think about it like this,
was
right?
awesome, bro.
y'all had the pulse down, right? Because people rock this, like they get this radio for free.
Yeah.
Right? Terrestrial radio is free for everybody if you got something to receive it with, like a radio, right? Think about it like this. It's so bad right now that motherfuckers have gone away from free radio to a playlist they got to actually pay for to have access to it.
Yeah.
That's how bad it is. That's how bad they lost the pulse
Yeah.
to automation and to not having the right people as representation to
Oh,
the
yeah.
station.
Yeah.
Man, that's not
To
even
the
hard.
location.
There's a local person like everywhere. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, someone that people like fuck with.
yeah,
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah.
And right now, I just think that I mean, yeah, there's certain people in place still that
Yeah.
like bring that feeling of home, like Big
Yeah.
over at the Real.
Yeah.
But aside from Big, I mean, you got Jay too.
No,
But-
J. Crew's dope.
Yeah.
And Brown
But it's-
Bag's okay.
but
I
it's-
like Brown Bag.
But it's like, it's just them two, really. And a few others, but like just as a whole, they just sort of lost the grasp of what this shit is.
The vibe of it.
But
lot.
but like we said, earlier, you could definitely bring it back. You just got to get back in touch with who is actually listening.
Yeah.
Yeah, get rid of all the staff you got now and get some new people.
Pretty much.
I mean, you could do that too. I mean,
I mean, that's the easiest way.
Just change your thinking.
yeah.
Just to
What you got to get reacquainted with who your audience is,
Yeah.
right? And then like rip to that. Sure, you definitely got some young people, but what are those young people listening to that you're missing?
Yeah.
You're the missing link.
radio reaches everywhere.
Because the thing you don't think about is that sometimes when you go somewhere and you walk into a store, it could be a liquor store, it could be a convenience store, it could be the mall.
FedEx truck.
FedEx truck, you know. And if they're playing the radio, they're like, that's everywhere.
Well, radio to me, I think, was designed purely for driving, like for all the drivers.
Yeah.
Like its entire focus is on people that are in their car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I would never think about someone at home listening to the radio. You know what I mean?
Well, there was
always in the car.
There was two ways to transmit sound through in the beginning, right? In terms of music, right? Which is the transistor radio that everybody had at home. They got the before TV.
Yeah.
Everybody got their news and entertainment and drama, whatever, on the radio. And then when they could put radios into cars, that came next.
Yeah.
Right? So they know that there might be people listening at home, but there's definitely people driving.
Well, driving was always lifestyle. And
but I'm sitting here
and
thinking,
the radio used to match people's lifestyles back then.
Yeah.
I was like sitting here going, I think I'm a radio guy. This guy knows his radio history pretty good, dog. I'm like sitting there going, like, wait a minute, like,
Yeah.
I try.
I was like, nice, buddy, go.
Dude, one of the funnest things we love, talking
Go back
about.
to the transistor, you know your radio history.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, we love talking radio stuff, just like going, talking from back in the days, doing, everything from like live broadcasts and just, you know what I mean? Like the beauty and horror of that at the same time, you know what I mean? Like
grad night,
dude. DJing grad night after, then DJing a morning show. Oh my God.
Radio is its own universe.
Yes.
There is nothing, like if you're in radio, you're in radio. You're not doing other shit.
You know, the thing about radio stations is that they got into the technology part way late.
Way late.
Right? And all of them have to create these different apps for their stations. Right? And then it makes a person have to like, oh, now I got to get the power app. I got to get this app and that app to listen to that station.
Well,
right?
Radio also doesn't think outside of the box normally.
Yeah.
They don't think outside of radio. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, they got the short bandwidth. They haven't gone digital. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like,
All
and if
that.
you start thinking like current about how the systems of today work, YouTube and the synergy between those things that you could make.
Yeah.
I mean, who's better poised to make awesome content? I mean, back to the Dre and Snoop reunion, something like that.
Oh, yeah,
if we had Social Network and we had Netflix, we would have spun off content like the powerhouses we did and stuff.
Oh, my
Like,
God.
those
Those
were
would have been
fucking
crazy.
Oh my
movies.
God, you know, all the greatest bands, all the greatest acts we used to get, you know what I mean, for every powerhouse. There were
Y'all had
always,
everybody.
dude, it was always the biggest of whoever that year was. And we would have them like in an order, like for one show.
Those were the shit, dude. I gotta tell you.
Dude.
And
They
it's
were
all in the
black.
name, too. Powerhouse. Come on.
Oh, man.
It was where hip hop lived, or
Yeah. Power 106 for hip hop.
where hip hop lived.
Yeah.
Those shows were black.
There was 2 houses in the neighborhood.
Yep.
Wow.
For sure. Hey, super chat. For your chance to win a pair of VIP tickets to Rhyme Fest, where a lot of this nice golden era hip hop artists will be. Super chat hashtag BeRealTV for a chance to win those tickets. We'll announce the winner tomorrow. See the details pinned in the comments.
Yeah.
It's all ages, rain or shine. Saturday. It's a Saturday. Atmosphere, Dilated Peoples, Living Legends, The Alchemist, Swollen, Visionaries, Freestyle, Funk Dubious, Project Blowed. That sounds like, old school E-Zone weekend.
I want to get one of them flyers, one of them posters.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Dude, Living
The Yoke.
Legends.
It's a stacked joint for sure.
Visionaries. Blue in Exile. Mr. Chalk.
What?
Yeah,
Not
dude.
Mr. Chalk.
Mr. Chalk, homie. That's why I can't wait to, like, it's
That's right what it says right there.
Yep,
going to be awesome.
that's right.
Mr. Chalk has a school now.
Yeah?
Yep.
Wow.
Teaching people how to DJ properly.
Yeah.
Now you should teach a master class through that.
Yeah, I could do that.
See, there you go.
I'll have some of the world's
Synergy.
greatest DJs pop in.
Great.
I've learned from some very formidable DJs. I gotta say that. What the little bit I know on the turntables, I've learned from some very great DJs. Salute to all y'all right here. All right, we're about to get into the Insane Asylum. That means y'all, you got a comment, question, shout out, suggestion. We want to hear it.
In the house of learned DJs.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Insane Asylum.
OG Gamer is saying radio would be better if they kept up with the times and lightened up on the censorship so that people could hear some modern music.
Yeah.
Yes.
FCC got a grip on things too hard.
Hip Hop Gamer, I think, is on Hot 97.
Yeah.
And they really need to get with the fact that, look, people be cussing.
Yeah.
Little kids be cussing. Just get over it.
Yeah.
But I don't even think censorship really works like that anymore, does it?
I mean,
I see cussing on television all the time.
But-
well, on the not prime time on the cable networks, you might see something late night, and they'll allow some cursing in it, like shit, bitch,
yeah.
Yeah.
goddamn, but not fuck. But some shows did actually,
Yeah.
depending on how late it
I
went
see it on CNN all the time.
Yeah, well, they're on networks where they're assuming kids
I
are
was
not
just-
watching at this point.
Kids know motherfucker real good.
Yeah, they know when they get to school. That's the thing. We all want to be protective at home and not curse and shit like that.
Yeah.
But when they get to school,
They lighten it up.
they're either lighting it up or hearing whoever's around them lighting it up.
Go put a hot mic on the playground. See what happens.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. I was using the F word. Oh, first grade, homie, recess, you was a bunch of motherfuckers. And
Oh
fuck this,
man,
fuck that.
put a hot mic on a first grade playground. See what's
Yeah,
going
you're gonna
on.
hear a lot of that shit.
Dude, then go home and not
Stuff
curse
you
at
were
all.
coming up with? God.
Oh, man.
You go right to first grade. You don't even gotta. Come on, man.
Everybody's trying to get as much fucks out as they can before they got to go back to class.
Yep.
All right.
You lighten
Shit.
it up.
Zelda saying salute to the table chat viewers everywhere. Be real, I'm on my way to Venice to rent a bike or a scooter.
Get down.
Yeah.
Get active. I'd
Bring-
say a bike.
Bring some
because
wipes.
I get a bike and some wipes. Because at least with the bike, you're going to just be pedaling, and obviously if it's an e-bike, you'll have some help, but at least you'll get a workout. On the scooter, you're going to get a workout, and you might wipe out.
Ooh.
You might, have the wipes and then have a wipe out. But
No.
I suggest the bike.
And it's hot in California right now.
Yeah, it is. It's supposed to cool down after this week, but we'll see. All right.
Let's see here. We got Ask a Bum asking the table, did you ever hang out with Big Pun or Fat Joe?
I've hung out with Joe,
Yes.
and I got a chance to hang out with Pun a couple times. I know you guys have.
Yeah. I mean, every time he came to the station, I was part of the interview. I mean, it was like either Baker Boys when they were at night or afternoon they were doing. And I remember, coming in, and he was cool, man. He was hella cool. Do you remember when he would come in?
Oh,
man?
hell yeah.
Yeah, dude, he was.
I talked to Pun right before he passed. I knew Pun well, and Joey. They're great. I mean,
Yeah.
and Pun, funny story. I was talking to Steve Rifkin the other day, and Big Pun, he brought a video cassette on VHS to Power 106, and I took it out of the VHS. I walked in the production room and I made a CD of it. I walked back in, I handed in the VHS, and we're sitting there. I took the CD into the studio, and I forgot who was on the air, but I gave it to them and said, play this. And Steve Rifkin's sitting there going like, wait, oh, what are you playing on the... We don't even have CDs made of that yet. That's how we broke Big Pun in Los Angeles.
That was awesome.
That's sick.
That was
We just
awesome.
started playing it. He was like,
Dude, I remember when we
we were
started
having so
playing-
much fun doing stuff like that, man. We break records. That's what makes radio, doing crazy stuff like that.
Yeah, off the wall, out of
Pun
pocket.
was great.
Yeah.
Came to the station, everything. We put him on a, remember there was not a Friday Night Flavors, we had those Flavor Jam things. We did one at the House of Blues. Remember Pun came out and opened.
Fuck, yeah.
It was like a Baker Boy something or something.
Holy shit.
It was early on.
House of Blues, Hollywood, right?
Yes.
I mean, only one, right? Damn.
Or he was
dude.
supposed to. One of the two. I thought he did it. Could be tripping. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it could be.
When he did that first promo run in LA, I remember
Yep.
because it was like a Unity, not a Unity one, but a Bigger Beat thing he was doing.
Yeah.
He was running that promo.
Yeah, for sure. Rest in peace, both of them. Big,
Yeah.
Big
big
B.
fun. The
He
big
is
guys.
Damn, I'm old.
he is saying, I remember seeing ads for Soul Assassin Radio in Vibe magazine and The Source.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
they were giving us some run.
And we got Karina saying, happy anniversary to Cypress Hill. When I first heard this album, I fell in love with y'all. Thank you all for the years of awesome music and for being the most awesome group of guys ever. Saying Cypress Hill forever and much love.
We appreciate that. Much love back at you, always.
Hell yeah.
And Franco is saying, welcome back to Steph Tone. Props to the treetop and table.
Thank you.
Right.
What up?
I like that, the treetop.
Treetop.
We talk.
We got Ask a Bum asking, did you have to pay for the Duke of Earl sample?
That's a good question.
I would imagine yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, they were on you
Back then.
after Bismarcky and I think who else?
De La Soul.
De La Soul. They were on everybody about samples. So yeah,
That's what kicked it off originally. Like when did people start tripping off the samples? Because
Think
they
it
were
was-
sampling
think it was
break beats.
Me,
and
myself, and I.
it was De La
De La
Wow.
first with the Turtles.
with the Turtles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They made the big deal, and then everybody saw what they were doing. Hey, we want to get rhythm.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hip hop history.
and that's when you start hearing producers chop samples different ways, and some go away from using samples. Period.
Yeah.
After that,
Yeah, it kind of separated at that point. It started separating people. People were like, "I'm not going to do samples anymore," and even others on the other side, people that were determined to flip those samples,
Right.
make them unrecognizable. Like,
yeah,
it was
But
rap.
if you stop and think about it, sampling, hip hop was based on sampling.
it challenged producers
Yeah.
on a different level, and some are some of the greatest choppers right now to this day,
Yeah.
still doing it, like Primo and P Rock.
Oh man,
I mean, guys like that. Ill Bill, he's
Woo!
crazy
Sir
with his
Jinx.
Sir Jinx. Yeah.
Sir Jinx still got beats, homie.
A
Wow.
lot of guys out there. Salute to y'all for that too, because it's an art form, and that's one of the dopest parts of the hip hop art form is
Yeah.
the ability to chop samples
Yeah.
and make it all make sense.
Yes.
I don't think. I mean, you can be creative with chopping samples. No doubt about that. You could, I believe, make a sound from a sample that probably no one's going to recognize. I don't even, not even the artist, because it's so easy to flip it in so many ways now, right? But I mean, you can get away. I think if you're using like a sample really like clean without flipping it, if you have a live performance with it, because now it's no longer just that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you blend it, if you layering it, you know, the right way, you could take something that's in its organic state and mask it where it's not so.
For sure.
Absolutely. That's the funnest part.
Yeah.
Yeah, you rarely hear cats using loops these days. It's more like they'll chop it and make a whole loop out of the chop as opposed to letting it go.
Yeah.
When they do it right and it tells a story and it's dope, like that's kind of dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there's definitely right ways and wrong ways of doing everything.
There's
but-
making beats
It was making
and making songs.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
We got Mad Ways saying, shout to Be Real Beats and Beers crew hat.
Salute. Yeah. Salute to Psycho Leezy. He's out on tour right now.
Yeah.
Doing shows. It's touring season.
We got Karina back up in here saying, I've listened to every Cypress Hill album back to back on many road trips, chronological order, shuffle all and songs in alphabetical order, and I've never skipped a track.
Well, all right. Thank you so much.
That's dope.
And talking about radio, Soul King Beat says, that's why the Deftones made the song Drive, and E is saying also Passenger.
Drive and Passenger.
Yeah, for
It makes sense. Do you ever play them like back to back?
We probably had them pretty close to each other, if not back to back before at some point.
They're obviously two different
Different
keys,
tunings.
Different tunings, yeah.
Yeah, no, our Around the Fur record was the first time we did a drop tuning. That was in C sharp. And then White Pony was just an extension of that where we went to C. We just want to have
Let me ask you something about that. So, like, you're saying the tuning on the albums, right? Two different tunings on the album. So, does that mean that all the songs were in that tuning? Or is that the bass?
Yeah,
tuning of it?
White Pony, they were all the same tuning. On Around the Fur, it was all the same tuning except for 2 songs, which were in the standard tuning of that. So it was in E flat or D sharp, however you want it. It's the same note. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, those were 2 songs that were done originally in that tuning. Otherwise, it was all the drop C sharp.
Are there any groups that are using the same tuning on every album, do you think?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure there are.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, no, there's definitely a lot of bands out there that would be, traditional or the purest, and that would just be in your standard tuning. But, I mean, that's what's so amazing about creating music, though. I mean, you can use the standard tuning, or you can make up your own tuning. It don't even matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to be the one that's playing it. So I mean,
True that.
It's
Guitar
like,
players do that all the time. They make some funky tuning, and it's like, wow.
Yeah.
How does that work?
You know what I
And
mean?
they make it work, you know what I'm saying?
well, what's good about the funky tunings really is it allows you to do chord structures that you couldn't do in a standard tuning. Because you can only stretch out your fingers so far comfortably. No matter, I mean, even if you got really big hands, you know what I mean? I mean, it's going to be a lot easier for you, but you'll still be able to create like patterns that you would not normally create in a regular tuning, and as well as running through the different scales and all that stuff. I mean, it just flips your perspective. It gives you a different view.
Yeah.
Instead of the same old view everybody keeps looking at.
Salute to that.
Crazy.
Hell yeah, dude.
Out of the box shit.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Brilliant.
It's about giving you.
Just say it. It's rock and roll.
Yeah. I was about to say that shit's so different from hip hop production. Like,
Yeah, dude.
Well, again, there's a challenge to it because again, it forces you outside of what everybody starts. Everybody learns traditional. I mean, that's just the easiest way.
Yeah, but even with hip hop, some of that shit is not in tune, like because some of this samples are sped up or slowed down.
Detuned.
Yeah,
Right.
they're detuned or pitched up.
Yep.
And so, that's why when people try to collaborate with musicians, there's a rub there because the musician can't get the instrument in that tuning.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even if they detune or pitch up or whatever, they find something that sounds that
Try to match the sample.
but it's they could never get there because
Yeah.
that part of it.
That's crazy.
But hey, salute to everybody who tries. But there are some that get it right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are some that get it right. That is for sure. All right, next one.
OG Tone is asking, what's a good set of headphones for a beginner DJ?
Straight up Sony's, just
Gosh.
classic.
Yeah.
That's a C
Everybody
minus.
uses the
Preston.
Sonys and shit.
Say Sony's or Sennheisers. I get the ones I use are like I forgot they're like if you find them they're like $100 at like Guitar Center. And
Find some vintage Sony
Studio.
ooh, the ones that I remember the ones with the blue and the red.
B20s, right?
Yeah.
What were
Or
those
B30.
called?
Oh my God.
If I bought them, I wouldn't even be using them.
They used to just be comfortable and they would get small in your
As a
DJ
radio
bag.
guy, those weren't the ones you rocked. What did you?
Oh well, no, yeah. For actually to sit and do the show, yes,
Yeah.
I rock them then. But in terms of DJing, yeah, no, I probably wouldn't even use them.
He doesn't use headphones when he mixes. and
Yeah,
shit. He just
you
be
did.
rocking like.
What?
he
This
just
dude,
goes for it.
yeah. This dude, he's
I'm a wave rider.
yeah.
I ride the wave.
Right.
Hell yeah.
Nah, but even in here, I'm like rocking in ears as opposed to the over the ear.
Wait, that's from your touring?
They were, yeah. I retired these ones. These ones are retired. I got a
oh
new
my
set
God,
for the
check him
tour.
out. He's got his monitor.
I got my in ears, baby.
Yeah, dude.
If there was Hollywood for a DJ, That's him.
Doing it.
But I don't use these
Come on,
to DJ.
You're using your monitors for
No.
headphones, bro. That's cheating.
Well, for here, yeah.
Yeah,
But not
for
for
here.
the
I'm saying as a radio jock. If you
Oh,
were on
right.
the radio,
right. No,
you're
I,
the Hollywood buddy.
yeah, no, I can't. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Nah,
Man, I think if
ain't
you were
right.
in radio, that'd be the best
It'd
earplug.
be dope as hell. Don't get it twisted. But it would be like, damn, dog.
Ain't nobody could be wearing your headphones.
We'd be jealous, is what I'm saying.
You know, here goes my old set right here. Look. There's it.
Yeah.
I put these ones in retirement right here and brought them
That
out.
would be
you know,
awesome.
to the table.
Serial shows up with his monitors to do his 5 to 7.
Here,
You know
plug
what I
me
mean?
in.
Like,
Here, plug
in.
these in. Thank you very much.
That's our Friday.
Turn them down just a
He
little
does.
bit. All right.
There you go.
All right, what else you got?
Yeah, it sounds perfect.
RS70's asking, was there a Cypress Hill demo tape before the album?
Yes.
Yes, there was.
Yes,
As
there
a
was.
matter of fact, I was about to say, I had a mix show on KJLH an hour every Saturday night, and Sendog gave me that demo, and I was playing Killer Man, Hole in the Head, and Hand on the Pump off of that demo. And I remember him saying that the dudes on the street, on the hill, was sitting there listening to it while I was mixing it and playing it on the show.
What were those 3 songs again?
Hand on the Pump actually did pretty well at radio.
Yeah, we didn't expect that.
At mix show level, let's
Yeah.
not get crazy.
Yeah, mix
but,
show level. No, that's real talk.
Right.
Yeah.
but I mean,
That
it
was
a
everything
classic,
to us.
bro.
That meant everything to us. The fact that we heard our shit in the mix, we were like, hell yeah.
Dude, that's sick.
Especially
because-
Friday Night Flavor.
Because
stuff.
that's where heads like us wanted to hear it.
Yeah.
Because we weren't, here's the thing. We weren't listening to any of these stations during the day. We were only listening when the mix show was happening.
That's when the bullshit
thank
was
At least
going
it
on.
with
No, just kidding.
well, no. I'm saying in the early days of K Day, we weren't really listening to everything that was happening on K Day. We were listening to that Mixmaster show on Friday nights, and we were built like that. So when
Leo G.
in the early days, when the Baker Boys
Yeah.
eventually, transitioned power from what it was to being a hip hop station, that's when it changes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we're listening too. We become fans of that station because we don't have to just wait for the mix anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There was Friday Night Flavors, and we would all wait for that because during the week they'd be playing a lot of R&B and a little bit of rap shit. But when the Baker Boys showed that
Yeah.
hip hop shit was right here, eventually it evolves into something different, and we start listening to the station, not just on the Friday nights. That's pretty much
we
what I was
kept the
saying.
vibe of the mix show all
Right.
day long.
Yeah.
That's what was dope.
Got
about
fun.
That's
it. We
what
just
I'm,
kept the vibe of the mix show all day long.
That's what I'm saying. It's like it started in that mix show, and then boom, it transformed the whole fucking station.
mix show
over
start
time.
your morning,
Yeah.
mix show at lunch, mix show in the
Yes.
afternoon, mix show when you're trying
It-
to chill.
It,
know what I
everybody
mean?
was listening for that shit because I mean,
Love.
Yeah.
All day party.
yeah,
Pretty
it was an
much.
all day party. Guys.
It really was, and in the hallways too.
Yeah. Oh,
It
yeah.
used to be dice and
Oh, yeah. Like there was this
Uno. We used to play Uno.
We did. I remember one time. I think it was right before you came. Me and Chalk, we would go. we were doing overnight, so we were doing 2 to 6.
Oh God.
And so we decided we were gonna start our own mix show and not tell anyone. So we started doing this mix from 2 to 3. We were like, because everyone gets out of the club, they're gonna listen to us on Power, which is a huge liberty for us to take, right? But we started then we started having guests. We started having Henry and E-Man, and just we started having all these, and just dude, we would start to have these parties, in the break room, to where Big Boy, who was doing the morning, would come and be like, "Yo, what the fuck are you guys doing, dude?"
Wow.
And we
Shit
were
been
like,
going on all night.
You guys were partying.
Oh, it did. But we were also playing a bunch of cool shit.
Word up.
We were partying. We were having fun.
Yeah,
man.
we had a blast.
It was the music business, bro. I mean, come on. It's sterile now.
You had to have fun, man.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
It was.
All right.
Rock and roll. Come on. It's the music business.
That's true that.
Josh is saying Nas's last 3 or 4 albums have been his best.
Word up. He's got nothing but better. And he was already dope.
The 2000s were not the 90s, and the 90s were definitely not the 80s.
Yeah.
And everybody knows the 80s weren't the 70s.
Yeah.
Yep.
And straight to the 60s and the 50s. You can do this all the way back.
Wise words, my friend. Wise words.
40s and 30s,
Yeah, man.
Yep.
True that.
20s and 10s.
Hell yeah.
All right, Bolton, we've had enough of you.
Dinosaurs and what?
I'm
Hey,
thinking
you went way
David
back.
Bowie, Prince. Right.
Oh man. What a thing.
We got Fernando saying, still rocking it, Cypress. We all love you and appreciate your music. Congrats, and please come back to Tahoe. One love, stoned is the way of the walk.
Salute to you, and we will be back. Much love.
Hell yeah.
And Ask a Bum is asking, would you do a song with Shaggy?
With Shaggy? I
Shaggy.
don't know who Shaggy is.
Shaggy.
I know who Shaggy is.
Who is Shaggy?
Shaggy.
I would,
Shaggy.
of course, I would do a song with Shaggy.
Shaggy, my nigga.
Shaggy.
No, that's
no.
that's Snow.
Oh, that's right.
That's Snow. Shaggy as Mr. Lava.
That's
Yeah. No, that's
Bombastic.
that's
Yeah,
Shaba.
okay.
No, it's not.
Mr. Love.
Oh no. They both got
Right.
They
Mr.
both
Loverman.
have the line, but Shaggy dropped that in one of
He
his
did
songs.
Mr. Boombastic,
Yes.
and it was
Wait, it's
wasn't me.
Shaggy and
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me. That's like
Oh,
his big
yeah.
hit.
It wasn't me.
Yeah.
That's a hit right
Yeah.
there.
He has a very unique voice.
What's crazy is the whole thing he did with Sting.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
shit.
did a
Dang.
tour with Sting where they were like performing together, and people were coming out for that shit. Like
I
they
didn't
were
hear
killing
about
it.
that one.
Yeah, I came
Oh.
across them in
I've been
Europe.
on a bubble for a while though.
Yeah, no, they were doing some things. Salute to Sting and Shaggy.
And Shaggy.
Shaggy.
Oh, Bolton.
There goes the
They're like, yeah.
boom bang. He's my friend, man. What a guan.
This is the only police I like, Babylon.
Only, but this
Only Babylon
Only police.
acceptable here.
Shags. Sting's like, get your hand off me, mate.
Yeah. Stop touching me.
It's too fucking hot. I'm 75.
Wow.
How dare you, mate?
Nah,
Can't you see I'm trying to play this bass right here?
Shaggy's a good dude, man. Our guys from the soda with them accents.
Hey, did anybody see that police tour, the last police tour?
Nope.
I didn't
When they
see
got
it.
back together?
No, I didn't see it. I missed it. I would have went to see him though.
Yeah.
Dude, I would have loved to have seen
Yeah, hell yeah.
They played the Whiskey when they announced the reunion. They went and had a press conference at the Whiskey.
Did you see him play?
No, I only saw the video. of
I was
it.
like, damn, did you see the play?
No,
I wish I
but
would've
Dude,
saw.
it was amazing though. Just to what they played like 4 songs.
Copeland? Oh my
The
God.
best
Yeah, he's a
drummer.
bad dude.
That's
An explosive.
Yeah.
Explosive.
Explosive. All right.
They are the definition of a power trio.
True that.
oh hell
That's
yeah.
no lie.
Praise him.
The
Yeah.
police.
Power trio for real.
All right.
We got Wally G saying, took a business gamble yesterday, applied for a Minnesota cannabis recreation grow license on its inaugural issuing.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Good luck with that.
Get it.
Congrats.
We got Sky Anderson saying, yo, shout out to me. I'm seeing Limp Bizkit tonight in Dallas.
Hey, salute to you.
Shit.
All right.
Is that with Nate No Face?
Yes.
Wait, is that
Yeah.
the one Corey's on?
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, did you see the thing with Fred and him authenticating the guitar solo?
Yes. yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah, dude.
Corey
Yeah.
is out there playing a damn good role, bro. If you
Yeah,
stop
I
and
don't
think
e-
about it,
Yeah,
I mean, to me, it looks like
It's genius to me.
Yeah.
he's adapted to being an actor in this decade.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's out there playing every night, causing controversy every night.
Why not?
Dude, like everything is like every show there's something wrong. Like,
Dude,
and it's
he's
amazing
genius.
because you're like, dude, like at this level, there's not going to be something wrong at every show. And I'm
It's
like,
not,
damn.
though. That's all on purpose.
Yes,
Dude,
exactly.
and you know how like we're sitting here talking about how by experience, look, this is the conversation we were having about your career. You remember?
Yeah.
About how it's just an experience and
Hey, doing that sort of thing is genius
yeah.
because it just makes people talk about him.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
he's killing
He's
He's the
killing
comeback. He's the comeback king.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know that. That's
Yeah.
what's crazy.
Look at him, dude. Look at that. Look at that jacket, and he got pants that match it.
He's rocking now.
And he's everywhere.
What is he, 55 or something like that?
Dude, he's all right.
Guy's
right?
killing the game,
Yeah, he's-
bro.
Damn.
He's a relevant brand in 2024, and he was a fucking Goonie.
Yeah, Corey is doing
Goonies never die, bro. Goonies never die.
Who stays relevant that long?
They could do a Goonies movie right now.
Yeah.
Hey,
All
again,
right.
What happened to
Again,
Donner?
he's
Where's
the-
Donner when you need him?
Yeah.
again, he's the comeback.
He's lying in wait.
He's
All right.
straight, he is straight up masterclass trolling fools.
Yep.
Yep.
True that. All right.
And he is 53.
He's 53. All right. 2 years off. Right.
Oh,
And the comeback king.
All right, Joshy Blaze is asking, are the unreleased Cypress songs dark like Black Sunday?
Absolutely.
The joke is on you.
They're definitely not happy-go-lucky.
Yeah.
And we got Javi G saying, much love to the table. Cypress 1 is always the #1 album.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that.
Dude, it knocks so hard.
Shit's still dope.
And JJ is asking, get Sir Mix-a-Lot on the show, and do any of you guys know him?
I met him a few times. He was
I
a cool
mean,
dude. But he's in Washington, I think, so it'd be hard to get him over here unless he's already in LA. But,
Right.
you know.
Yeah, I met him with, being in radio.
Yeah.
Like, we went to the Put 'em on the Glass party.
oh,
And he was cool. Then that's when he was on American, which was Rick Rubin's label.
Yeah.
Put him on the glass.
Yeah, put him on the glass. And but yeah, this is that. I mean, dude, he's amazing. We were looking at his songs the other day, right?
Yeah. On
Yeah.
that day, yeah.
Buttermilk Biscuit.
Got a catalog.
Man.
Posse's on Broadway.
I forgot Rick Rubin had a label.
Beepers.
Yep.
American. Right, Black Crows.
Deaf American.
Deaf America.
Nah, there you
Terry
go.
that was a Black Crows,
Deaf
right?
American.
Terry Dayton did his records. Those old records.
I think the Black Crows
Yeah,
were on
Black
that
Crows.
label.
Mm-hmm.
It was Johnny Cash. It was the Black Crows.
Oh, yeah,
it
Johnny
was
Cash.
who else was on American? There was a bunch of people.
Yo, that version of Hurt
Slayer.
that Johnny Cash did.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
Jesus, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was dope.
That was
I think he had a whole album of that type of shit.
Yeah, he
Johnny
did.
Cash, yeah.
Damn.
Did a remix
Yeah,
of that.
it was pretty dope. All right.
Let's see here. We got Eek. He's saying, when I was 19B, my dad had a puff with me on Christmas Day of my joint, and he said, this ain't that bad.
Yeah, as they all say. They convert. It's just, they've been programmed to think that weed was so horrible for you the generations before us.
Yeah.
Some knew that was a lie, and others bought into the propaganda. And now they're beginning to see that all that shit was wrong.
But it's all propaganda.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100.
And by all, he means everything.
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 Thank you, my brother.
Everything, man.
Everything.
And we got Xanadu saying, yo, B, thank
Yeah.
you for having very insightful guests on recently.
Well, thank you. I try.
Thank you. No, I'm just kidding.
They did mean that. That was
man.
that you.
Hell yeah.
What are you talking about?
And that seems to be it so far.
Word up, man. We want to thank everybody for your submissions and your interactions here. That's what it's all about here on the Dr. Greenthumb Show. And let me remind you that we got a mix today with DJ FM popping it off. No, it's tomorrow. Sorry.
Tomorrow.
I'm today. I'm today. Psycho Leezy's on tour, so you got me for the hour. Just
I might join you.
you want to join me?
Yeah.
You're gonna join me?
Let's do it.
All right, bet. Like the old days, Zach.
Yeah.
All right, look, come catch us at Be Real TV 2 right here on YouTube and on Twitch, B_Real TV if you're watching from. And if you're a member of the home site, www.bereal.tv, you get this show and the mix show over here with all the other things like merch and community features and exclusive content and things of that nature. Salute to everybody getting down with us over there. It's right after this show, so get ready for that. And we want to thank my man Damizza for coming in, my man Damion Young.
Yeah.
Known each other for many years. Great to have you here. You got to come back and sit with us again
Thank
when
you,
you got some shit on your mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Because I know you do. Be having things on the mind.
Yeah, man.
Man, tell people what you think. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
That's all I do all damn day long.
That's what I'm saying.
People need to know. They need to know.
We always got a seat open for you.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Word up. Let everybody know where they could find you
At Damizza on Instagram. That's pretty much where I live at right now.
Word up. Got any shout outs?
Nah, man, just Bams and Skips who brought me Power Talent. Everybody who's been great. You know, on October 19th, we're doing a seminar in Los Angeles, me and Michelle S.
Oh, bet.
Doing it
Word.
together.
Oh, hell
You guys
yeah.
have to come.
If
Yes.
I'm here, I will be there.
I would love to.
Hell yeah.
Shout out Greenback Records, Conor McGregor, doing some stuff with him.
Salute.
Nice.
That's it.
All right. C minus.
Dude, shout out.
And the
to,
Power Mixers. Shout out the Power Mixers.
There you go.
Dude. Well, I want to shout out my boy right here, Damion, Damizza, my man.
Thank you.
And shout out to everyone here at the table. BFM, pleasure. The strong one, pleasure as always. Shout out to E-Zone. Shout out to the Treehouse, which is Dom, Ray, and Bolton. Shout out to Aton and Dro and Kenji and my beautiful mom and my sister and my nieces and nephew and everybody. And you can follow me at C-Fan4 on all the social medias. And yo,
Shout out Mr. Chalk, too.
shout out Mr. Chalk and J-Rock and Truly Odd and
Yeah.
like everyone that's ever like heard us. Appreciate you. What up, Bolton?
Hybrid Cyphers in here saying happy birthday, Cypress Hill 1, the Funky Feel 1. And we got Jeffro saying Cypress Hill for life. Salute on 33 from the biggest fan.
Salute, Papo.
Nice.
Shout the Insane Asylum. Shout to Ray Morning Shot Films. Shout to the Dominator. Shout to everybody that put in hashtag BeRealTV. We will be doing the giveaway tomorrow for Rhymefest, so tune in for that. What's up, Steph Tone?
Hell yeah. Shout out Mark Sargent, Karen B, David Weiss, FM, B, C minus. Damizza, nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Bolton, Ray, Morning Shot Films, Terran and Velvet Hammer, and the Dominator, Javi Lopez, Pedro, Aton, E-Zone, Cali Blaze, all y'all in the Asylum, Twitch Ward, the Scorleys. Y'all have a great week. Catch up with you on Friday. Definitely.
Yep. What up, everybody? Appreciate Damiz coming through, man. A lot of insight today, like they were saying, man. A lot to be learned as well. Always Steph, C minus, B, everybody at the Treehouse. Shout out to everybody tuned in today. And yeah, check us out in the mix. We're gonna get busy today. Be real.
Learn to communicate with others. Swallow that.